All right, successionaires in social media land. How y'all doing out there this evening? Hope everything's going your way. Now, wouldn't that be nice if everything was going your way? I've had a fantastic day today. Well, it was a nice day today, too. It was, 50-something degrees today. So we did good. It might have hit 50 today.
Hello, and welcome to William Murray's series, The Road to Success. It is the thought and action process to success. Welcome to the conference call. This service is provided by Free.
Mic check, mic check.
You will now enter the conference.
I'm getting my board together, y'all, so, it takes a little time, so, I kick on a little early. Just so I can, let me go here. I gotta do this. I gotta do this. I gotta do this, and come on, computer. Boom. Okay, it's coming. I know it's coming. There it comes. You gotta do that. Yep. Everything's coming along. Everything's coming right up, coming along. We'll kick it off when we got about 2 minutes. So y'all get ready, get your pens, get your paper. I think I'm gonna give a little lesson tonight. Definitely do this tonight. Mic check, mic check. I was wondering when y'all was gonna kick in.
I'm here.
Oh, I was wondering what was going on. All right, thank you. I was wondering. You see what time it is, don't you?
I'm here.
All right, thank you.
Welcome.
I got everything lined up. Sounding everything good. So y'all will kick it off in a moment. Let me check something out here real quick. Okay, did that. Yes. Okay there. Hello, successionaires, and welcome to the talk show, The Road to Success. The talk show, The Road to Success, is a talk show about any and everything that you may want to talk about. Of course, we always have basic topics that we're going to, talk about. And this evening, show titled Mental Slavery. I'm Professor William Murray, your host, and I'm also the president of the Millionaire Mastermind Institute, which is an institute for entrepreneurs and future entrepreneurs, or anyone that wants to live a better life and with knowledge of how. It is there where millionaire mindsets, lifestyles, and businesses are made. We take you from idea to implementation and beyond. And as always, I greet you. I always greet you. The God in me blesses and greets the God in you. Like I said, this evening's topic is titled Mental Slavery. Mental slavery. And it is totally mental. There's no doubt about it. People don't realize the system makes you a slave. If you don't know that the system is put together in a manner to make you that way. This is mental slavery. This is a message to black people. Mental slavery. Because, information, it's power. See, information holds the key to freedom. But you want great power? Implemented information is what's power. Implemented knowledge is power. The question I have for you is, how free are you? Mental slavery. I want you to listen to what I'm going to give you tonight. And I really want you to tune in and listen in and join the conversation afterwards, and I'll open the lines. Are you aware of the fact that Africans were the first people on the planet? The first one to say, yo, bro, what's up? Hey, brother, say, sister, how you doing? Black folks, in any language, were the first people on earth. All. And I do mean all. Family trees lead to Africa. All family trees lead to Africa. See, the original name for Egypt was Kemet. K-E-M-I-T, which means people of the black land. People of the black land. The ancient commission's word Africa literally meant birthplace of humanity. Now, let me tell you something about Africa most people don't realize. The richest and the blackest soil on earth is along the Nile Valley. The Nile Valley soil is black, just like Africans. Africa is a very, very rich continent. Don't call it a country. It is a continent. Now, what we got to do, because this is called mental slavery. Now, here's what we got to do. We have to begin, here's what I'm trying to do. And we as a people have to do is begin to unlearn all that we have learned. That you got to know the fact that you have been miseducated. And once you realize that you must have filled that void with accurate knowledge and information. See, one thing we got to do is we got to learn, unlearn, and then relearn. We have to know where we come from and to know where we're going. Well, we got, you know what we need to do? Everyone, this is a must read. I'm going to give you a book that you must read. Because once you realize you've been filled with the void of inaccurate information, you seek the accurate, the truth and fact, the accurate knowledge and information. A book that is a must read, that I always give you a list and a book that you must read. You must read Carter G. Woodson's The Miseducation of the Negro. Although that was written years ago, many years ago. It still fits, because right now the black man, African American, not only African Americans, black people are being miseducated about their past. You were taught that nothing existed until the white man came along, which is the biggest lie, because they're the last ones on earth to come about. And there's a reason why they are like they are. I'm not getting into that this evening. I'm not going to tell you why white people are like they are. They can't help it. It's bred in them. But mental slavery is something that we're going through right now because we don't realize we're miseducated. See, it was Harriet Tubman, and I just watched the movie Harriet again for the I don't know how many times. It was Harriet Tubman who said, I could have freed thousands more slaves had they have known they were slaves. If they had known they were slaves. If they had realized they were slaves. See, and we got that going on today. Most people don't even realize that the mentality is what makes them a slave. And everything, I'm free, I can come and go as I please, this, that, I can buy what. Yes, but they've got you programmed. They can tell you what you're going to do before you know what you're going to do. They can tell you what you're going to buy before you know you're going to buy it. They can tell you what you're going to eat before you know what you're going to eat. They know how you're going to dress before you knew how you were going to dress. Mental slavery. That's the system working that they put together against us. See, now, when you do the right thing and do the right studies, good will come to you, baby. What I'm trying to do is open your mind, y'all. I'm really, really, really working on getting you out of that slavery mentality so you know that you're a slave and you will fight against that slave mentality. Because that's fact. You're in a slave mentality. You may not like it. You say, no, not me. I ain't no slave. That's bullshit. Yes, you are a slave. It's the mentality. The other show, last week or something, I did a show on melanin. And see, we got to understand the significance of melanin. See, here's what y'all got to realize. I'm trying to open your mind on many things. And all of it is centered around you understanding why you are like you are, what brought you about, and how this system is not broken. It's doing just what it's put forth. And the sooner we realize that, the better for us. See, that's what my purpose is. Is to get you to open your mind. I tell you, I teach. My thing is, I teach the thought and action process to success. I teach you the thought and the action process to success. Look at what that means. Look at the scope and the size of what that means. I teach you the thought and the action process to success. I didn't say what action, because everything you do in life is action and reaction. There's only two things in life. There's only two things. That's action and reaction. It can be under different names, different circumstances, and different, but it's always action and reaction. Period. And melanin, like if for those of you who didn't get a chance to get the lesson that I gave a couple weeks ago, a few days ago, go to my YouTube channel, MRWMURRY, Mr. W. Murray, and listen and look at the program, Melanin. Now, here's the great thing about it, and my grandbaby tripped me out last weekend, and he's 5. He was so fascinated with watching me, because I've got a big floor model TV, a big screen TV. He was so fascinated at seeing his G Papa on television that he sat there and watched it. He watched it. Now, don't think he didn't absorb some of it because he's just 5. He absorbed some of it because he's 5. And it's never, ever, 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 ever too early to start teaching your children about their greatness, about their blackness, about their history, and why melanin is is the most important thing in their body. They're black, and you know what melanin does. See, melanin. Melanin.
Okay.
Maggie, I can hear you. Let me block her. So I can do that. Okay. See, black as a color has the ability to attract to it all rays of light and color. See, black is an absorber of light, both light and cosmic radiation. Black is a generator of energy. Now I'm gonna show you, I'm gonna prove to you, I'm gonna show you something that you didn't know, how black generates energy. Now sunlight feeds your melanin, feeds your soul, gives you vitamin D. It keeps you youthful if you're of a color, if you're black. And you got melanin, and you do, if you're black, you got melanin within you. And blackness absorbs the sun as energy. Do you realize that plants absorb the soul, the light of energy, absorbs the sun, plants. But here's the thing about it. Just like you, they only grow at night. Plants don't grow during the day. They absorb the energy and use that energy, and they grow at night. See, I guarantee you that 95% of people out there didn't even know that. The power of blackness. The fact that without darkness, without blackness, most what's out there today would not exist. That's why you should never ever curse the dark. Because you wouldn't exist if it wasn't for darkness. But it is also necessary for you to get light if you're African American or you're black. You must get light. Feed your melanin. See that? Melanin feeds light, feeds your melanin. Your daylight feeds your melanin. That's why one of the worst things you can ever do is sit in the office all day long under artificial light. It does not give you energy. Go out in the sun. It'll give you energy. It'll keep you youthful. It'll keep you from aging. And you can do, you can measure your grass at dusk dark, and then measure again in the morning. Look at the difference in your grass, in your roses, in your plants. Look at it. They absorb the energy, the sunlight of the day, but they use that energy at night to grow. You know, you hear me tell you all the time, and I tell y'all this time and time and time and time again. To control a people, and you are controlled. You are controlled. To control a people, all you have to do is control their education and their diet. How many times have I told y'all that? I told you, I repeat a lot of things in different situations to show you how it all comes back in a circle. And I've already told you.
Hey, Dr. Murray.
Yes, hold on. Let me finish my thing. Yes.
Put me on mute just a minute. I'm driving, so I want to make sure y'all don't hear that vibration in my truck.
Okay, I got you. I did. Okay, I got you. Okay. In controlling you, because you saw what happened last year when they shut the government down. And country went crazy. Because you gave them the right to feed you. So then you give them the right to starve you. And they're also starving you with the education that, with the schooling that they're giving you. You educate yourself. You get schooling from them and from the programs you watch. They are using that ignorant tube that you so love and programming you. And you don't realize you're being programmed. They know what they're doing. You gave them the right to control to control your education, and they control your diet, your learning and your diet. So they control you. It's a system that you're in. They got you with breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Why did they do that? To make sure that you spend money on food when you don't have to eat 3 times a day. And then they feeding you all these artificial foods. All this fruit now that no longer has a seed. If God grew it and planted it, it has a seed. You cannot grow anything without a seed. You would not exist without a seed. And you eating all this artificial stuff don't have no seeds. You think they don't know what they're doing? They got you so dependent that if you ask most kids right now, where does watermelon come from? Where does chicken come from? Where does beef come from? Where does all that stuff come from? They'll tell you the supermarket. Because you aren't taking the time to educate them. Then you want them to know why they don't know, because that's your fault. Now, there's something I heard this morning that was purely ignorance. Purely ignorance. This young black boy was in the 3rd grade. So that made about 8. And he had a shirt on that said, that had the picture of the continent of Africa. And it had Black King on it. And this white teacher in his class freaked out on him. Told him that was a racist shirt. And he told her, no, it's not racist. I'm proud of my ancestry, of where I came from. And in this school, y'all do not teach black history. Why? Who was right or wrong, him or her? She told them there should be a white history month. Well, hell, white history is every day. Look at your books. Look at what they're teaching you and your children. Only a fool lets its oppressor educate their children and themselves. And that ignorant tube is your educator. That's your teacher, because that's what you're following. I keep telling you, when your mind is a weapon, you're unfit to be a slave. I'm trying to teach you, build you, and grow you so you will understand what you're doing wrong that's holding you back, your family back, and your people back. And it's easy, but people don't like change. Oh, I'm comfortable. Comfort ain't your damn friend. Comfort is your enemy. Wake up, y'all. I'm trying to wake your mind up. Mental slavery is what you're under. Learn the benefits of fasting and meditation. Let me tell you about fasting. God, the best thing I ever did was learn about fasting. Because one thing about fasting, once you fast, your body will never, ever be the same again. Here's something about fasting. Do you realize you're healthier when you're hungry than you are when you're full? You are never, ever supposed to eat and get full. You're only supposed to eat enough to suffice. But we sit down and gorge ourselves. Then we wonder why we go to sleep. Because you go to sleep because your body is protecting itself. If it didn't, it would kill you. You would die. Well, he died. He had a heart attack in his sleep. And he just ate and took a nap. No, he didn't. His body couldn't take it. See, people don't realize what your body is a perfect mechanism, is one of the most perfect mechanisms on earth outside of Mother Nature. And I keep saying that and saying that. I know I repeat y'all, but it fits every situation that I keep telling you that. Learn the benefits of fasting, and meditation puts you at peace and quiet with your spirit, with your God force, with your inner, with your soul. And those who listen to my presentation on melanin understand what I'm saying when I say soul, S-O-U-L. Yes, it means more than what you think. So meditation is one of the best things you could ever do. Meditation and fasting. But no, man, I don't think I can fast, man. I can't go like that. Yes, you can. Your body was meant for it. You haven't. What you're doing is punishing your body and your system from what you eat, how much you eat, and how often you eat. Learn about your body, baby, so you know how to eat. Learn about your body, your system, so you will know how to live a life of longevity and not be sick, not be in pain. I'm a senior citizen, y'all. I am a senior citizen. And for me not to be sick and in pain, do you know how great that is? I look at people in their 40s and 50s walking around with a damn cane, or bent over, or got sugar diabetes, or got high cholesterol, or got liver ailments, all these other ailments. It is your diet. What you put in your body determines your health. Your health is determined by what you eat, what you do to your body, whether you exercise, whether you sit on your butt behind that and watch that ignorant tube all day. See, you're a product of what you eat, what you think and eat. You got to realize, see, your mind is a tool, it's a weapon. But you don't know how to use it. You don't. If you know how to use it, you wouldn't waste as much time watching that ignorant tube and listening to people tell you things that is not true, because they don't know. A lot of them just say what they say because they get paid for it. They don't give a damn about you. The process of what you think and eat, your body responds to it. Your body responds to it. And we don't take the time. See, you think and see, when in your education, in the education of you and your children, in the history books, it starts with slavery with us. Black folk with slaves that came to America and all this, da-da-da-da. Our history didn't start with slavery. Our history stopped with slavery. Big difference. There's a saying, and it's not, it's fact, that a people with no history have no future. Look at us. We don't know our history, and if we had to take care of ourselves, we couldn't do it. We're so dependent on other nationalities. Where do you spend your money? Where do you buy your food? Where do you buy your clothes? Where do you buy your house? Where do you spend your money? And they were people that look like you. And there are black farmers out there. There are black stores out there. There are black everything out there. But you still spend your money with a nationality that can care less about you. They don't care about you. All they want is your money. And I keep telling y'all, we are the only nationality of people on earth that is boycotted by every other nationality. I can tell you because I know in my store, I had 3 stores. I had a warehouse, and I had a printing factory. And I can count on my hand and have fingers left over how many white customers I had in all them years. And you think they're going to boycott us? Hell, we boycott ourselves. Where you spend your money? What color's the money you spend? Is it black dollar? Where do you save it at? A black bank? Do you invest to a black company? See, you own a business, and you want people to patronize you. A lot of people not going to patronize you because of your color. But you take your money and spend with them. I don't know why you're in the situation you're in. They ain't going to spend with you. Look at it. Ask when you when you go to a black business, ask how many customers you got don't look like you. And they're going to surprise you with their answer. Because they might not think about it. But we're boycotted. Black people are boycotted by every nationality in the world. But we spend our money with every nationality but our own. We don't have a future because we don't know our history. Whoever controls the past controls the future. Whoever controls the past controls the future. Whoever controls the present controls the past. Look at your education system. Tell me now where you are. Only in slavery, baby. They can't teach you before slavery. Because if they did, they would teach you how great a people you were, and you wouldn't be brainwashed and full of as much BS as you are behind the education they give you. Start studying. Y'all keep giving y'all books to read. How many of you are starting a book list with what I give you every week? You know, Winston Churchill said something one time. And that's how great Winston Churchill was. He was a redneck racist. Winston Churchill's quote was, "We will guarantee the European people a great history because we are going to write it." Hello? Hello? What have they done? They've guaranteed, look at all that lies, all that bullshit that they feed you. And now with the internet, you can find out the lies that they done fed you in history. But they got you thinking about that the greatest things is sliced bread. White folks are nothing but damaging people. They're conquerors. They've conquered the world, where the world was peaceful. We would share education and knowledge with each other until the Europeans. Europeans are nothing but bullies. And when you got a peaceful people and you got a bully gang, the bully gang gonna take over. Look at what's going on today. about bullying. There's a story out there. Well, it's a true tale. The lion's story will never be told correctly when told by the hunter. Are y'all hearing me? Do y'all hear me? That means who's telling the story, whether it's true or false. Look in your history books and look at the lies that they teach in your children and your past. Man, I'm going to say something that y'all ain't going to like. Look at the holidays. Y'all talk about Thanksgiving, a lie. Christmas, a lie. Easter, a lie. 4th of third lie. Well, they call it 4th of July, I call it 4th of third lie. All that is a lie. But what do? You go out there and spend all this money at Christmas. They spent over $70 billion for the holiday of Christmas. Over $70 billion for the holiday. And guarantee you, all you did was make the rich people richer. That's all you did. While you out there struggling like hell trying to pay the bills that you did for that one day that happens to be a damn lie. See, I can't celebrate Thanksgiving. It's a Holocaust day to me. I'm Indian. My grandparents were Indian. My great-grandparents were Indian. My great-great-grandparents were Indian. How can I celebrate a Holocaust that was to my people? And you don't take the time to realize that they did the same to you. You're celebrating their celebration, which is the Holocaust, to your ancestors. Your ancestors. Look at slavery. Those were your ancestors. And look at the holidays you celebrate. All the things that you do in your life, your actions, are a direct result of the choices you make through your thought process, through your learning process. I'm going to say it, and I'm going to say it, and I'm going to say it. You are where you are because of the choices you make. You choose not to learn that. You choose not to know that. You choose to celebrate their bullshit. And you do. And then you wonder why your children in time don't trust you. Because when they find out the lies you told them about Santa Claus coming down the chimney, about Thanksgiving, and when white folks would have started the death were not for the Indians. The 4th of third lie, 4th of July is not a damn celebration, a holiday for black folks. Easter, how you going to... I ain't getting into Easter. What does an Easter bunny have to do with Easter? All them lies that you feed in your youth, and you want them to trust and believe you when they get of age and find out, man, you lied to me all these years. But you want them to believe you now. Think about what you're doing. Does it make sense? Mental slavery. Now you see what I'm saying about mental slavery? You're a mental slave. You're part of a system that's put together to make you struggle your life because there's more money in keeping you poor than making it where you can survive and live happy and with the word comfortable. See, a person totally unaware that his mind is shackled and his capacity for thought is limited by those who control access and knowledge of the past. Are y'all hearing me? Are you hearing me? A mental slave, listen to me, a mental slave is a greater victim of bondage than a physical slave. I'm going to give you an example. You get an elephant, as big as they are. When they're a baby, you put them on a chain and give them 5 feet. All they can move is 5 feet, 5 feet, 5 feet. When that elephant gets full grown and weighs 3 or 4 tons, you take that chain off of him, all he's going to move is that 5 feet. Mental slavery. You that elephant. They take the chains off, you still ain't going to do so much. Ain't going to move because you ain't learned nothing. You don't know nothing. See, the true knowledge The true knowledge of your past history lays a foundation for the future. Because we only get out of life what we put in it. If you aren't learning your history and about your people and the greatness and how powerful you are, look what the nation, look what the world learned from the election in 2020. Black folks woke up and went out and voted. It showed them the power of unity and the vote. And white people panicked because they realized, oh, look what's done happened. They done woke up and they're realizing their power. Now we can only do that on a financial basis. Do you realize that we could build a black Wall Street, we could build a black nation right here in this nation and be self-sufficient? And if we did that, do you realize the power that we would have, that you would have as an individual if you spent black, if you learned black, if you taught black? Yo, I'm not being anti-white, anti-nothing. I'm just being pro-black. Mental slavery, baby. I'm trying to wake you up. See, children often use TV as a substitute for other activities, such as reading or interacting with other children. So what are they doing? Watching YouTube. They aren't reading. Adults, y'all, you got the same tendency. Take that valuable time to talk to and educate your children, and you too will get an education. Let me tell you what I tell you should do. And I'm going to use me. What you should do, I told you, you got a TV and you got YouTube and you got Netflix, all that on it. Go to YouTube. Sit your child down and say, we're going to watch this hour program by Mr. Murray, Professor William Murray, the president of the Millionaire Mastermind Institute. We're going to watch it, and then we're going to discuss it. Sit your children. I give you the lessons to give your children. You want them to grow to be independent? Hell, start teaching them how. I'm giving it to you. The things they're going to see and get from that, and the things you're going to see and get from that, and the things you're going to get from the conversation y'all have behind what I teach you, how I open your mind, get you out of that mental slavery. See, they don't know because you ain't teaching them, because you don't know. You don't know how they think, what they see, what they know, because you aren't taking the time to give them an education like I give you. Like I give you. When I speak at schools, or I go to these jails, and I do go to the jails and speak to the inmates. Oh, if y'all only knew how they greet me afterwards. I open their mind. I show them things that you can't go, but this system is put together for you to be right where you at. And you are there behind your choices, not realizing this system put together to put you where you are. You are the subtotal of all your beliefs, and your beliefs are always subject to change as your knowledge base grows. You hear me? See, here's the thing about it. The more you learn, the more you change, the more things around you change. I used to be an angry young man. If you want to fight, I was the one you stepped to. If you wanted to fuss and argue and cuss, I was the one. Until I woke up one night and said, wait a minute. This is not getting me what I need in life. And I'm not happy. I'm miserable. Until I realized that I needed to learn and get control of my emotions, my knowledge, my information, and my actions. And then I learned about diet, the body. I learned what daylight does for you, and I learned what darkness does for you. And my life changed. My life, I mean, you talking about a 380, 360, oh my God. I've done, y'all, I've done it. I'm not telling you this from what I've studied. I've lived it. I was a thug. I was a hoodlum. No, I was a hustler. I was a street hustler. I was doing my thing in the streets. And you know what that was? Until I woke up. And that's the best wake up I could have ever had. See, here's what we got to realize, that the history we're taught today is a lie agreed upon. The histories and the stories and everything they teach us is a lie that was agreed upon. Historical facts have been changed to suit the purpose of the dominating culture. Who's the dominating culture? And they don't teach you. Look at Malcolm. He didn't realize the difference to that man when he was in jail, when he showed him the look up the word white, how it was pure. You look up the word black and how everything about black was bad, when it was really vice versa. But you don't believe that. One of the worst things that ever happened, the worst two things that ever happened to black people. The worst two things that ever happened to black people was education. Integration and religion. Go study your ancestors' beliefs and find out where they got the story of the Bible and religion from. So you don't even know that, because you haven't taken time to find out that everything you read in the Bible came from your ancestors. But they worship and study different than the Bible. But as long as I can teach you and make you believe in my God, I got control of you. And they got control of you. What you got to do is remember this. Historical facts have been changed to suit the purpose of dominating culture, but we got to remember, the only people who are mad at you for speaking the truth are those who are living a lie. Do you know how, if y'all can see some of the emails I get, and some of the things that people say to me, and some of the things that people say to me when I leave stage, because I talk, I hold no punches. You ain't got to see, like they say, why are you confusing me with all this truth and facts? Why are you confusing me with all this truth and facts? Well, I'll be damned. You're living a lie. Stay mad at me. I don't care. So to you, I say, be mad at me. For I'm always going to keep telling the truth. You ain't got to like it. It don't care if you like it or not. Truth and fact, baby, since the beginning of time for billions of years, it's undefeated. Truth and fact. And here's the thing, and quit asking me, y'all. Stop asking me. How do I know all this? How do I know so much? The question you should be asking is, why come you don't know what I know? Listen to me, y'all. YouTube, Mr. W. Murray, MRWMURRY, and start listening to what I'm teaching you. But you're going to learn business. You're going to learn how to succeed. You're going to learn investment. You're going to learn how to become rich and wealthy. You're going to learn how to teach your children. You're going to learn how to not be a mental slave. Learn your true story and keep working on your road to success. Lines are open, y'all. Somebody talk to me. Somebody say something. Lines are open. Somebody talk to me. Stop being a mental slave, y'all. I just gave it to you. I hope I open up the minds of some of y'all. I'm not anti-white. I live, man, you're always talking about white people this, white people that. Yes, because they got all the years of uneducating you, and they changed the history to suit them like they're great. I'm just showing you, man, you better learn about your daggone self. You better learn about your ancestors. You better learn about the system that's holding you back when you think it's feeding you and it's never holding you back. See, here's the thing. Here's what's going to happen. You got a job. You work 40 years at it and you retire. Your children ain't got nothing because you ain't got nothing to leave them. You leave them debt. You're leaving them debt. You're not leaving any assets whatsoever. No properties, no businesses, no land. All you're leaving is debt. Why are you doing a favor for your children? Because when you retire, you haven't done nothing. You're one of two things. You are one of two things. One of two. See, two, I can break everything down to one or two. You're either an entrepreneur or you work for one. Entrepreneur, you're making your dream come true. As an employee, you're making their dream come true. It's not meant for everybody to be an entrepreneur. No, it's not, y'all. But there's a way to save your money and some of your paycheck so you can live comfortable when you're old and you ain't got to work, and you can also have something to leave for your children. You can help your children gain wealth. Because, you see, back in the day, I remember the parents used to buy their children a house or help them get one. You can't do that today. That's why you got all these damn kids that are in their 30s and 40s still living with mama or still living with daddy. Don't blame them for that. You blame yourself for that. You didn't prepare them for what was really going on. Don't ask me how I know. Hell, ask yourself how come you don't know. Because you ain't taking the time to teach and give it to them. Lines are open. Anybody else got something they want to say? Anybody else got something they want to say? Lines open. Talk to me.
Mr. Murray?
Yes.
Hello. I don't know how to respond to all of the information or your topic or your subject or everything you speak on tonight. I really don't know how to intelligently just chime in, but I do know what and everything you're saying is true. It's our mindset. It's our mindset. Everything goes back to, like you're saying, how we were raised and what we were used to, and just trying to change that mindset is something that we have, when I say we collectively, in some form or fashion, we all have to work on.
Yeah,
it's not something that we can do overnight. It's just getting away from yourself sometime and just meditating and see, okay, why did I do this? Where am I going? What do I need to make a change? So it's a lot. It's a lot.
Yeah, but here's the thing about it. Here's the great thing about it. I'm giving it to you. See, that's the advantage you have over those who don't tune in. That's why I tell you, how come y'all, this should be one of the most successful shows on the air. Because of what I give you. Why you aren't telling no one about it? You know what insanity is? Insanity is hearing the truth, realizing the truth, but still living the lie. Still living the lie. That's insanity. You don't know, your children don't know, but you don't sit down with them and teach them. Like I told you, just tell them, look, for an hour, we will listen to this program. And then we're going to talk about it. And you'll be surprised what they're going to get from it. You'll be surprised what you're going to get from it. And here's the great thing about it. You get a chance to touch their mind, find out where their mind is. You get a chance to find out where your mind is. They get a chance to find out where your mind is. Together you grow. Together you grow. Just like a tree. See, a tree limb on a tree, the limbs don't fight. They don't battle. All they do is grow and produce. Produce. Give them knowledge, production in their mind. See, it's up to us to do that. How many of y'all sit down and watch TV or a program with your children? How many of you watch a program with your children? I'm giving you the power. I'm giving you the education. I'm giving you the knowledge. I'm giving you the conversation to have with your children. So they'll grow up saying, wait a minute. I can do what? I can be rich and wealthy. I can hire people. I can give people a future. Because if I give them what they want, I'll get what I want. How many of you out there don't want your children to be successful? Look at all these pro athletes. How many years they had to practice? How many times their parents had to take them to practice? How many times did your parents had to sacrifice for them? But then later on they take care of you. It's all the same thing. It's the same thing. You give them the time now, and they'll take care of you later with no problem. See, that's up to us. That's on us. You know, now here's the thing. You heard the truth, and you're realizing the truth. How many are still going to follow that lie? Change. You're scared to change. So that means you're always going to be a mental slave. You may not like it. You may not accept it. But what I just tell y'all, truth and fact are undefeated since the beginning of time, which is billions and trillions of years old. They're still undefeated. You're still believing that lie.
Hey, Brother Mary.
Yes. Yes.
It's always a pleasure to drop on the lady that spoke prior.
Yes.
Is absolutely correct. We are products of our environment. And it started when we were young, when we were small, how we were developed. Through the church, through the schools, through how we were socialized in society. All of those things play a role in how we grow up.
Well, let me ask you a question.
So
Let me ask you a question. Now I want to ask you a question. Are you the same person right now that you were 5, 10, 15, 20 years ago? Are you the same person?
No, I'm not, because I chose not to be.
Well, then there comes the change and the knowledge and the education. What is it that you're not doing that you need to do so you can not be a mental slave?
What others have done, others can do. If they're willing to pay the price others have paid.
Yes.
I don't want to study like you do, to be able to share information like you do. There's a price they have to pay to get to that point.
It's called study and research. It's called study, research, read, and study. Readers are leaders, man, and learners are earners.
It's a price to be paid for that, and one has to pay that price if they want to be where you're at or be able to do that. But we still can share information with individuals coming up behind us.
Yes. I often told you to God, and it says it for you religious people. It says in the Bible that you were meant to be rich and wealthy, but you give away what you give away, and you can give it away and still figure out a way to make a living at it. Look at me. Look, I'm giving you all this information. You think I'm not making a living at it? But I'm giving you all this information right now for free. But I got people that pay me to give them what I just gave you.
Well, Brother Mary, I share this and I'm gone. There are 4,300 religions in the world. 4,300. There are 2, Christian and Muslim is the biggest 2. Then you got Hinduism, Judaism, and down the line.
Yes.
You know, people can look it up. But the thing about it is, the two that are the top two in the world and the rest that are out there shows what individuals have been introduced to. And I'm not saying what's good for somebody, what's bad for someone. All I'm saying is individuals gravitate to what they have been told.
Yes, but that's what I'm telling you. See, that's the problem. See, I don't blame my mother and my father what they taught me. They taught me what was taught them. I just happened to get in around people that woke me up, gave me books to read, gave me literature to read, gave me stuff to study, being around them when they doing seminars. See, and they woke me up. See, I'm not following. I don't follow. Because my mother and father were Christians big time. I grew up in church. But for some reason, my spirit, when I left home, I said, I will not go to church again as a Christian. And I started studying and learning the reason why. My spirit wouldn't let me get into that BS, man. I had to go find, see, man, you got to do your own research about everything. And like I tell y'all, don't believe nothing I'm telling you. Research it to prove me wrong, to find out how right I am. And the lesson you're going to learn from the research is greater than what I can teach you. I'm just opening a door for you to step through. You got to step through that. That's like a tunnel. What I tell you about the tunnel, that's your vision right now, that tunnel. But when you step out of that tunnel, the whole universe opens up for you. That universe is research and studying. So that's totally up to you. So you are where you are, doing what you're doing, believing what you're believing now, behind your choices. If you want to stay where you are, keep doing and believing what you believe. But if you want to get woke and build that legacy, that rich wealth, I'm not talking about money. I'm talking about mental information and knowledge. So you won't be that mental slave. You find out how comfortable you really want to be and how much easier it is. See, people struggle and stuff behind their decisions, but they don't want to admit to their decision. Oh, y'all, guess what time it is? Oh, look at here. The clock got away from me. Clock got away from me. Y'all, look what time it is. I enjoyed this evening, y'all. I want to thank all of y'all for tuning in and give me the opportunity to open your mind, to give you something. I want to thank you, y'all, to reach me at the Institute. Call me at 240-619-2019. That's 240-619-2019. Talk to me. I'll help you. Send me an email at TRTS, the road to TRTS.info1@gmail.com. That's TRTS.info1@gmail.com. Let me know what you think. Let me know what topics you want me to talk about. Let me know how I can help you. And like I always tell you, if you push me and I'm pushing you, I'll pull you. Or if you pull me, I'll push you. It's not going to matter what pushing and pulling, y'all. We're going to be all right. We're going to be a winner. Just tune in. You know I love you, and ain't nothing you can do about it. So until next time, y'all, God bless. And keep working on your road to success. Until next time, God bless.